King Charles has been in Canada, is on the second day of the 2-day trip, talking about the sovereignty of Canada. Some on the right find it humorous that the King of England is talking about the sovereignty of Canada, since they're under the thumb to some extent of the British monarchy. But President Trump, 13A, please, tweeted, or Truth Today, about Canada, and said this: I told Canada, which very much wants to be part of the fabulous Golden Dome system, that's the Star Wars missile defense system, that will cost $61 billion if they remain a separate but unequal nation, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. They are considering the offer. Chris Jackson, I know you think this is all just a bunch of, if you pardon the expression, malarkey.
Yeah.
But from as a veteran political strategist, what do you think the president's interest is in continuing to talk about making Canada the 51st state?
Again, I just think it's a distraction. It takes away from other issues, like the corruption that's going on within his administration. It gives the media something to talk about. He understands this full well. Distractions are part of his MO at this point. And, it just goes back to a chaotic, foreign policy under this guy. He's trying to bully our allies. He's praising autocrats. Canada is one of our best partners in defense, trade, and in securing democracy. So I don't know what the hell he's doing, but it's just an embarrassment on the world stage, just like the thing with Panama and Greenland. They're all distractions.
Kristin.
So, we could say maybe the tweet itself. I mean, the bigger picture here is what Americans voted for was an end to this unending checkbook that, frankly, Republican and Democratic administrations had that policy for years. Just write a check, give away more taxpayer dollars to foreign countries rather than taking care of people at home. And, that's why I think in this case, it's smart to have this conversation, because Canada, we shouldn't be spending, exorbitant amounts of money to defend other countries instead of having that money at home. That is what Americans of both parties, frankly, would support. You mentioned Greenland and Panama. I mean, Greenland is national. I mean, when we look at where the next conflicts are going to occur, it is going to be in the Arctic. The Arctic China is going there. Other places are going. It makes sense for us to have Greenland under, and you talk to most national security experts, they would agree with you. So I think we could say it's a distraction, but overall it's in line with what the president's foreign policy has been and what Americans voted for, which is stop this, limitless cash flow to foreign countries and have them pony up and start paying for some of it themselves. Of course, NATO and Canada and all these other countries are not going to foot the bill for things if we keep sending the money without any check and balance. And so I think this is in line exactly with what the president had promised and what Americans voted for, which is enough is enough. It's time for other countries to start stepping up and doing what they can. And Americans need to stop shouldering the entire world in a sense.
Hey, do you like that conversation? Well, you can be part of the Two-Way community. Join us live for interactive conversations like no other. Go to tway.tv. You can also watch anytime. Hit the subscribe button and watch our Two-Way clips and full episodes whenever your time allows.